position of the African Union.
The concern for African Union Chairperson Nkosazana Zuma on resurging conflicts in Africa came at the opening of the 29th ordinary session of the Executive Council meeting at the Kigali Convention Center. Zuma expressed dismay that African leaders who, instead of offering leadership to protect the vulnerable, cause suffering.
As a continent, we must respect the lives of our people. Governments and leaderships are therefore to protect the vulnerable, to serve the people, not to be the cause of the people's suffering. What is happening again in South Sudan is totally unacceptable. The continent cannot stand by and witness the suffering inflicted on the children, women, men, and young people of South Sudan, inflicted on fellow Africans.
Zuma's words come at a time when South Sudan is experiencing a resurgence of a conflict after more than 2 years of talks which culminated into formation of a national unity government between President Salva Kiir and rival Riek Machar.
Hardly 2 months after the formation of the government of national unity, the belligerents seem to be back in their trenches, and the people of South Sudan, instead of celebrating 5 years of independence, once again are barricaded in their homes or must flee like sheep before the wolves.
She asked leaders to condemn the fighting and pronounce themselves on ending war on the continent.
Most importantly, we count the cost in civilian and peacekeepers' lives lost, in homes destroyed, when they were rebuilt not too long ago, in our girls abducted, in leadership and opposition that have resources to purchase tanks, helicopters, gunship, mortars, rock-propelled grenades, which are used against the people when there are no resources to buy food as our people go hungry, and medicines as children die of malaria.
The Executive Council meeting, which is formed of foreign affairs ministers of the African Union member states, is the second of the 3 statutory meetings to be held under the ongoing 27th Summit of the African Union. The United Nations Under-Secretary General and Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, Carlos Lopez, called on member states to prioritize putting an end to armed conflicts and focus on boosting Africa's economic advancement.
The Italian Coast Guard has rescued more than 30,000 people from the Mediterranean Sea, acting with courage, compassion, and efficiency. They deserve recognition from Africa because many of those souls are from the continent.
Now, the concern for the African Union Commission chairperson today are the unending wars on the African continent, which he says compromise the resources that could have been used for economic development. Her call goes to the African leaders who in a few days will converge here in Kigali, Rwanda, to discuss on a number of issues. I'm Moses Walgembe, NBS, Live at Night.